A lot of people ask me the question, what's the difference between HotelDivan and MalMaison? I give a sort of snapshot answer that, MalMaison's the Maserati and HotelDivan's the Morgan. I mean, HotelDivan is a little bit more classical, it's a little bit more country, it's a little bit more rarefied, it's a little bit more vintage. Whereas MalMaison is a lot faster, hard-edged, a little bit more lean. But that's just in its appearance. I mean, when you take that away, you take the names off the door, the passion in the business for delivering great hospitality is exactly the same. It's just done in a different way, but the final execution is exactly the same result. We create a great platform to work in, and we make a lot of customers very, very happy.
The two brands are very similar, but of course have separate identities, and it's most important that the identities are retained.
But from the customer's point of view, it's two separate brands because that's the way it was and that's the way it should be.
If I had to sum MalMaison up, I would say it's great food, great wine, great beds, great fun, great experience. And really, if I had to sum HotelDivan up, I would say it's pretty much the same.
I like to think of MalMaison as the movie, a bit more Hollywood. That doesn't necessarily say that HotelDivan isn't spectacular, but I think of it more as the kind of theatre or the play, more inspired.
We both have a passion for wines, cigars and food, and I think there are probably more similarities than there are differences.
Relaxation, value for money, sophistication but not over the top type sophistication.
MalMaison definitely differs from other hotels. Just from the atmosphere when you walk in the door, the home away from home aspect, the extra touches that MalMaison offers to their guests.
It is really just a very relaxing experience. It should be. We don't mind if people put their feet on the sofas and take their shoes off in the bar and things like that. It is meant to be really, really relaxed, and it's meant to be really like a home away from home, I think.
I mean, as the group gets bigger and gets larger, I think it's really important to have structure. And what we've been very successful in putting together is when the teams were separate, we put them under the engine, the sort of boiler house of HotelDivan and MalMaison together.
I mean, I'm a great believer in that the general manager of the hotel within a group is the pivot. That's the person we've got to support from the, if you like, the support services that we provide. I mean, for me, we work for the general manager, he doesn't work for us.
Job titles to me are largely irrelevant. They're a frozen picture in time. My job is to support the frontline staff. All the people who work in the centre are here to support the general managers, to support the people that work for the general managers. So everything that I do is trying to deliver to help the general managers and the frontline staff serve our customers better and give them magic moments.
My roles and responsibilities are for all the general maintenance of all the properties and the upkeep of the properties, and I also look after all the new projects that are ongoing, whether that's a refurbishment or a new development.
Any kind of brands whatsoever, like Nike, all have a brand voice, how they appear to the general public. I provide that through advertising, through brochures, through websites, and maintain that. I am essentially the public face of the service that you provide.
Everything that has a printed logo on it comes through the marketing department, and for me and Gary to see, purely for the fact that we want to continue to have a consistent brand message that reaches the same target audience. Anything that hasn't been created by marketing could damage the brand, essentially.
We convert the business arriving into the hotel and make sure that the revenue get is at the right price point for the guest. Sales actively go out there, find the customer, and we establish the right price at the right time for them to stay in our hotels.
We don't hard sell at all. It's absolutely not what we're about. I think hotels of all of the sales jobs, it's so much about relationships. People buy from people, and it's very, very important that all of our team are very likeable, great fun, very good at their jobs, but also very amiable as well, and that's really important. We absolutely don't hard sell to anybody.
I believe the hotel accountants and the financial controllers are part of a team, and it's very important that they act very closely with the heads of departments at the hotel level to help the employees and the heads of departments actually administer their departments and operate in a manner which is to the best interests of the company overall.
I'm incredibly proud to tell people what I do, and that's even before you look at day-to-day life, which is always fun, fast, challenging. So it's always great fun from that point of view. I really actually enjoy what I do. The people within the business are fantastic. This is, an award-winning company, and for me, that's, really exciting.
Health and safety, it's a big subject, but it's effectively making sure that every day that you turn up for work, that you go home again without having any injury, effectively, and looking after our guests, making sure that they are well looked after and they come and enjoy their stay, and they have a memorable stay and they don't remember it for any of the wrong reasons.
I've been in the company for 10 years now, 11 almost. Started with Hôtel du Vin in Tunbridge Wells to open the hotel, and well, now I'm here across both groups.
The company won't grow if the people don't grow, and my role then is to ensure that we grow our people. And we do that, I think, by nurturing the culture of coaching. And in particular, we use a little model which is called Grow Me, which is about identifying people's goals, what the reality is of where they are, what their options are, how committed they are in terms of their will. And then the secret little success on that little model is how we monitor and evaluate people's progress and success.
There are three stakeholders in our business: our guests, our staff, and our shareholders. Now, I'm quite a simple chap, and I believe that if you look after the staff, they will look after the guests, and that together will look after the shareholders.
At the end of the day, in our business, I'm a great believer, and because of the empowerment we give the general managers, that the tail is definitely wagging the dog, and we at the centre are purely a support service.